December of 2014, Cal, that's nearly 2 years ago. Emerson Baranga, on the other hand, has had the very similar situation, coming off a win against Gerber Sherbert in September. KUMITE 33, a knockout win. Baranga is at 3-5, and at one point was on a 3-fight losing streak, was 1-4 at one point. Then won 2 of his last 3 fights, including a win over Dick, who has yet to get a victory in KUMITE. So his 2 wins in his last 3 fights are against fighters that have a total combined winning record of 0. And right off the bat, Doening lands it. They just both went for it at the same time, left hands.
Oh,
and Doening, the southpaw, yes.
He's really working that body. But I think that was a stupid mistake, especially at the beginning of the fight. If you land one of those shots that dazes really early on, you've got to capitalize and go for the head. You've got to headhunt. Going for the body after something like that, sure, it might wear someone down. But a man like Emerson Baranga, that's just going to electrify him and make him all excited and make him
Baranga has shown that he's got a penchant for being knocked out before. He's been knocked out. He's lost via knockout, what, 1, 2, 3 different times. TKO the other 2 times. I mean, he's got that. I don't want to say he's got a glass jaw, but you know, he's been perfected in a lab, and his body is just rock solid muscle. But his head, you know, is just that's where the weakness may be.
I mean, I completely understand. You're a hypochondriac. This man doesn't look like he's showered in a week. He probably hasn't brushed his teeth in a month. But quite frankly, you've still gotta hit those headshots. You can get cleaned up later. But right now, it's fight time.
You know, I think it's that fear of germs that just causes the adrenaline to surge through the blood of Doening, the Dutch hypochondriac. But again, you know, maybe there's just some sort of a change in his training that he maybe needs to work on. I don't know. He's got, and you gotta imagine he's just hating this right now, just having Emerson Baranga all over him. You can see just how uncomfortable he looks. He's shrugging about the place. He just shoved away, goes with a nice independent knee, and breaks free.
This is exactly what Baranga likes, though. He likes getting in close. He likes that contact. Once he has contact with his opponent, he can do a multitude of different things, from unorthodox strikes to inside shots. He can even just slap the taste right out of your mouth and knock you
almost
silly.
A head kick. Both fighters going from the southpaw position. Baranga knowing how to switch fight both ways. Doening as well likes to do that as well, but he starts as a southpaw more often. Oh, nice spinning back kick, cut him in the ribs. I think Baranga might have misjudged the distance there, but Doening still ate it right in the side.
And
that could easily break the ribs.
Honestly, I think it's smart strategy. You're still doing those unorthodox strikes. Oh, look at that hook! One hook,
a real hook.
Oh, but he's not finishing up like he should.
Well, the rear hook, you don't usually see that thrown too often, the rear hook. But Baranga landed it very nicely, and I think that's what you're talking about, Cal. You do love your hooks.
Oh, I absolutely love the hook. The hook is the most underutilized strike in fighting because I'm not saying it's not utilized a lot, but I am saying that it's not utilized properly. A hook directed properly can generate more momentum than an uppercut or a roundhouse in any situation. It's deceptively deadly.
You know, I remember you showing me after the last show, you showed me the proper technique of a hook, and it involved a running start from about across the ring distance.
Well, absolutely. You need that momentum built up so that when you twist your body, that 180 degrees completely back, and then spring forward and shoot it off, you're able to knock a person out with it.
It looked more like a shot put type of throw that you were showing me. It was like a running, and you screamed, "Oh!" the entire time.
Well, hey. You want to scare the person, and you don't want them to realize you're throwing an open hand. That's another thing that most people don't utilize. They don't utilize the open-handed hook nearly enough as they should. But soon enough,
you had your hand cupped, which is almost like boxing the ears kind of thing, which is just as deadly of a sort of strike. Oh, and that is deadly! A stomp right to the face Van Doening could not have loved to have the bottom of a foot, no matter whose foot it is, after walking around this blood-stained ring, touching his face. Oh, he's got to be he's going to have, well, there's 20 seconds left in this fight, or in this first round, and Baranga trying to put the finish to it. 10 seconds to go. If Van Doening can survive this round, he's going to have to be calmed down by his cornerman.
Oh, I do not like the way Hep is getting up right now. Slow to react, slow to move.
Big cut on the side of the face. I don't know when Baranga got that. There's two big cuts, one over his eyebrow. It's almost as if the flesh, like the DNA, that's the DNA manipulation of this man beast has maybe had some side effects of just weak flesh or a weak jaw. You know, they're still tinkering with the formula.
It's not a perfected science, not in the least.
Not at all.
But
not in the least.
But quite frankly, it does make for an effective fighter. And I think that the more that Baranga continues to fight, the more they'll be able to program the perfect fighting algorithm into him.
Well, you no doubt I can imagine that they go back to the labs, they tinker with it, they try things out. You know, that's I guess that's the beauty of playing God, is that you can just manipulate someone's DNA like that to however you see fit. So if you watch a fight, you say, oh, that didn't like that too much, you can take it back to the lab and alter it so maybe those mistakes aren't made anymore. It's much easier than just flat-out training. Oh, but Van Doening starting things off with a couple big hooks. Carl, he didn't even run in with them, but you gotta admire the power behind them.
I gotta admire the desperation, too. I mean, honestly, after the brutal beating Hep took at the end of the last round, to come out and land a shot like that to start off the next round, that takes quite heart and dedication, but quite frankly, I think it might be too little too late.
Very much going for broke. You gotta imagine he's gonna have to try to go for the knockout or a TKO, just try to finish. He doesn't want to go for the last 4 minutes left in this fight.
And Hep, he's moving really slow right now, and his legs are wobbly. I think it might just be one or two good punches from Emerson to really take him down. Oh!
Oh, like that one! Like a spinning back heel kick right to the jaw!
He was trying it earlier. He landed it flush this time. I cannot believe Hep is still on his feet.
He's still fighting! He's got a look of anger in his face. You can see it. The teeth are gritted.
Oh, good lord!
Jesus Christ! Jesus Christ, he just put him down! Well, not literally, but not like in the sense of an animal, but Hep Van Doening through one eye, through two hands that cannot touch anything filthy. He may have channeled the fear into anger that he had to touch something filthy and just said, I need to put an end to this as soon as possible. What a way to come back, Hep Van Doening!
If you would have told me at the beginning of the second round Hep Van Doening would have mounted that massive of a comeback, I would have laughed in your face and then run halfway across the ring and given you one of my patented open palm hooks. But that was one hell of a way to finish the fight. Beautiful performance. And you cannot take anything away from Emerson Baranga. He fought a hell of a fight too. It's just those 1-2 punches at the end of it all that take care of everything.
You know, a performance like that is the kind that can make it kind of forget about a 5-fight losing streak.